We last left off with Monkey Madness incomplete. I cannot advance in the quest without a ball of wool, and my only way of getting one is to get level 27 Hunter. All I need to do is wait for random events to arrive, lamp my Hunter level up to 3, and begin training the skill. Once I've done that, I can pluck a baby Impling out of the air and get myself a ball of wool. The thing is, I've been waiting for almost a month now. The first thing I did was train my agility. I need 48 in the future, for training and for quests, so I decided there's no better time than now to train it. Secondly, I fell back into my usual woodcutting habit. I did some quick maths and determined that by making and stringing 5,000 willow longbows, I will obtain level 65 fletching. This will allow me to use a yew shortbow, which will be the second most powerful bow I will be able to wield. I spent many days stocking up on unstrung bows in my bank, collecting bird's nest seeds along the way, and now I have 5,000 bows waiting for strings that will come as soon as I get level 10 crafting. Next, I was at a bit of a crossroads. I needed skills to train, and I was still waiting on random events. I could have trained mining, but I have no use for the ores yet. With few options, I decided to train my fire making, but I didn't get very far. I finally got my 4th random event for Evil Bob's Island. With level 17 fishing, I had unlocked my first random restricted skill. When I started the account, I originally gave myself the exception of both a big fishing net and a fly fishing rod. This allowed me to travel to Atoll and finally train the skill for the first time. There's my first one. This is awesome. I've been waiting to fish for so long. It's only 20 XP. That is weak. That is terrible XP. Hopefully I get some levels soon and can start fishing cod or whatever and get some faster XP, because this is going to be slower than I thought. Oh well. I discovered that net fishing is unbelievably slow. I was picking at 2k XP an hour. But after I got level 20, I used some feathers I had received as a reward from the maze random and used the fly fishing rod spots in the gnome stronghold, and then used fishing bait I had earned by leveling my ranged on zombies to boost all the way to level 48. I can now catch bass, making big net fishing a bit more viable an option, and they're also a food source comparable to lobsters, healing 13 each. I felt a bit guilty about this. My original plan of allowing myself the fly fishing rod as an exception was done as I intended to use orange feathers from training Hunter to train fishing. However, it turned out there was a hole in my research, and the almighty wiki informed me that this would not be possible. These feathers will be far less useful for me now. However, I still wish to try out making arrows in the future with them, so not all hope is lost. Anyway, the fly fishing rod is mostly a useless item to me now, unless I get more feathers from the maze random, which I find unlikely. However, I did need 10 trout for the Death of Plateau quest, and I feel like if there were any ways I had to acquire them, this is the most legitimate way for my account. So this is where my stats stand after cooking up all the fish I had in my bank. I'm still far further away from level 3 Hunter than I had hoped, but I'm at least pleased I unlocked fishing. Next, I'd like to talk about the Gnome Restaurant. This dead minigame may actually change a lot for my account. The hard level deliveries require me to chef gnome cuisine and deliver it to various gnomes around RuneScape, some of which that are inside my area restrictions. The gnomes usually tip deliveries with various mid-level items, and I've learnt that these gnomes may be my only source of a surprising list of them. Not only can I get every type of gem from opal to diamond, meaning I have a way to train crafting from level 1, but they also give grand seed pods, allowing me to teleport back to the stronghold, mint cakes for run energy, tree seeds, empty bird nests, mithril to runite bolts, and most impressively, toadflax and snapdragon herbs. The ability to get toadflax gives me my only viable method of training herblore. I have very easy access to its first secondary, toad's legs, which means I can create agility potions in bulk as long as I have the herbs. They're not exactly useful, but will certainly help while training until I hit level 75. They can also be used to make Saradomin brews with crushed nests, but that's a level 81 herblore, which is a level I don't ever really see myself getting. Snapdragons aren't so useful as I have no access to red spider's eggs, but they're worth a lot and will be nice to stack in the bank, just in case they get like an update or something. The gnomes I will be able to deliver to include Garkor on Apatol, King Bolrin in the Gnome Village, GLO Karanok in the Shipyard, and Captain Clem Foodle at the Karumjan Gnome Glider. However, I have planned some exceptions for use of this minigame. When I started the account, I originally said I would give myself one-time access to the quest areas required to do Monkey Madness 2. However, some gnomes from these quests are used again in the Gnome Restaurant game, and I see fit to use these gnomes for the minigame, as I have already been in their presence. This means I will have to skip less orders, which will drastically increase the speed of the minigame. These gnomes include Hazelmere, who is located east of Yanil, and Lieutenant Shepper on the gnome battlefield. The last exception I wish to make for myself is Captain Dirkin. This gnome is located quite outside my restrictions, the duel arena no less, but he is the only gnome capable of rewarding both the gnome scarf and the gnome goggles that I have access to. Cosmetically, these two items will fit the theme of the account splendidly, and I most certainly wish to have them. I will drop any reward Captain Dirkin tips me outside of these two items, and once I have them I will cease to deliver to him. I also wish to give myself Professor Imblewin in the Magic Guild, as he tips some very useful runes from Chaos to Soul. However, I feel that's stretching my restrictions a little bit too far, and I also need 66 magic to even access him, so he's off the table for now. I then realised I'd been slipping this entire time. Have you ever killed an imp? I have. They drop lots of useless things. Yeah, they also drop a ball of wool. You know, not like the item I've been waiting to try and get for 3 weeks. But where can I find imps? Imps spawn north of Yanil, but they're known for their erratic teleporting. It turns out that they quite often teleport themselves into the gnome maze and get stuck. Perfect for me. I found a spot that imps seem to frequent and hopped around the worlds, finding them and killing them for their chance at the wool. Yes, I got one. Oh my god, ball of wool. Holy crap. I should have done this weeks ago. Holy shit. Now I can keep going with the quest. I don't have to wait for hunt or anything. Look, I got it. I can make the amulet. Holy crap. Holy shit. Okay, and now just for good measure, I'm gonna kill this imp too. See what we get. Nothing, but we don't need it. Ball of wool. It only took 6 tries. I can finally progress in Monkey Madness, get the Gregory, and do so many things I couldn't before. This small little item literally changes everything. Look at that. The Monkey Speak Amulet. Let's go. Next time you see me, this will be me.